Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. I'm going to do a quick update video. Sorry I haven't posted videos as often as I've wanted after the move. There's been like a family Christmas thing, and the dog is crazy, and it's just been a lot more getting settled than I thought. But hope to record more, and the last stream I did was really good, so I hope to stream more. A quick update. Duke's Archives, I have stripped out the baked lighting specifically from the ground here, like I did in my Dark Souls remastered mod, because before it was basically using a light map to keep it completely dark, just arbitrarily. So I basically got rid of that, and then enabled shadow casting on the trees. And that allows the shadows to actually display, which was the first step. And then I actually enabled shadow casting on the rocks and little foliage here, as they're actually separate. I had to strip out the baked lighting from them as well. And then the wall here was sort of an interesting case, where it's actually connected to. So this big wall is actually connected to this map piece up here. So I had to go into Blender and actually cut off right where my head is. And I cut off that piece. And then now it's its own map piece. And I set that to shadow casting. So you realistically get a shadow that reaches to like right about here. And I had to turn on backface rendering as well, because it had basically its ass hanging out, which is sort of the classic FromSoft thing. And I fixed that, and so now you get sort of a realistic shadow from the wall, shadows from the trees, and it looks a little bit more realistic, if you will. Nothing too crazy. Other than that, of course, I've done my classic like upscaling of textures and generating new normal maps. I have not fixed these gears. I upscaled the textures, and like I looked at the specular map and I looked at the normal map, but they still have this like horribly grainy appearance that just really doesn't look good on camera. So I'm gonna try to fix that on my own, but I've upscaled the floors, and I haven't messed with the actual like lighting settings, right? That's my classic thing with this mod of definitely not doing that. And I'm sure there's people still curious as to, am I still working on the Dark Souls remastered mod? Of course, I can confirm that yes, I am. I'm basically using the Prepare to Die mod as like big inspiration, because it's sort of the ultimate, like Prepare to Die edition is the ultimate, I don't know, it's the original vision, right? So for me, it's super helpful to make this mod and see the differences and see what was changed even better, because I do think I'd like to pivot my remastered mod to be a bit more Prepare to Die focused, like actually trying to replicate a bit of how Prepare to Die edition looks. I do think I'd like to move towards that, and I understand that might be upsetting to some, but I think I don't know. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from working on the Prepare to Die edition. It's really awesome, and there's obviously a ton of visual errors and glitches, but those are present in remastered as well. Also, these enemies are like the fucking worst, dude. I have an almost fully upgraded weapon, and these guys are still taking like 6 hits or more. It's crazy, and their damage is like half my health, and I'm a beefy character. So I'm like, what the absolute hell? So beyond that, let me go to the bonfire here. And let's go to Anor Londo, because the other thing I've been working on is actually the painted world of Ariamis. And I think we can just go to the painting, right? Because I don't think we can warp there. Oh, no, we can. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. I finished it up. I've done most of the things in the painted world, so this is sort of where I took a bit of artistic liberty. Not like, I didn't change the lighting settings. at all. I only adjusted the shadow settings to basically push out its rendering and distance, because by default they didn't use like any dynamic shadows. And for those not aware, the painted world was actually essentially the like prototype for Dark Souls 1. And so they ended up keeping it in the game by putting it in a painted, like making it a painted world. But it is actually like the prototype, the first thing they made for Dark Souls 1, which I always think is really cool. So what I did is I didn't really strip out baked lighting at all. I kept all of that. All I did was enable dynamic shadows. And so you'll see slight dynamic shadows on the bridge here. I don't think they look very good. That's one thing in Prepare to Die. Like the shadow rendering resolution is definitely lower than Remastered. And I don't really know how to adjust that. It's not a parameter, so it might be somewhere, somehow. But overall, I think it's okay. It's pretty acceptable. One issue you have with shadow casting in Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, admittedly, they're very like identical engine technology, is that when you enable the shadow casting, if it's over where a light, like a point light is, or a torch, it will completely engulf that illumination, and it ruins it. So basically, you kind of have to make a choice. And so here, I made a bit of an artistic choice that I think fits with the painted world, though, is I turned off the torches. So it's a bit darker. I haven't changed the lighting settings. I haven't really stripped out any of the baked lighting. So all of that and all of the artistic intent behind that is still present. It's just you don't have the torches that are lighting stuff up. And I think mostly they use the torches for like gameplay reasons, of course, to signify that, hey, you know, this is kind of the way that you can go. And I'm pretty okay with my mod changing that, because I don't expect anyone to use this mod, I think, really for a first playthrough. I think they could, and personally I don't think it makes things like significantly more difficult, but I think it does add a bit of a contrast with like the fire from these fucking enemies, which are the goddamn worst. Like, literally, Miyazaki, what were you going through when you designed it? I don't know why. I think my weapon is doing like massively less damage. Oh, I think I'm toxic. Oh my god. These guys are legit the worst. Yeah, okay. Yeah, barf all over me. I already have it. But anyway, I added dynamic shadows too. You son of a bitch. See, this is when I curse. But yeah, I upscaled the textures, new normal maps for most everything, and yeah, new dynamic shadows, because originally what I was doing is adding dynamic shadows to map pieces that did not impact the torches. But the more I was doing that, I realized that like it kind of looked weird where some would be casting shadows and some would not, because this level didn't actually use like baked shadows that much. The map pieces would just simply not have shadows, baked or dynamic or otherwise or whatever, you know? And it ended up kind of looking strange. So I ended up testing out like, okay, what if I just remove the illumination sources and, you know, see how does that like completely destroy the gameplay? And it doesn't. I think, you know, it's still within acceptable range of like Dark Souls, right? Because there was a torch inside here, right here, and I think there was one other one. But overall, I think it's perfectly fine, and it looks really good with like these dynamic shadows here. There is a bit of an issue where when I walk in certain areas, the shadows move. That is strange, because I've definitely checked with the collisions, and the shadow ID is not changing. It's all set to 0, which is what controls the X and Y coordinates of where the shadow is. So that doesn't make sense to me why they're moving like that, but such is life. I'm pretty sure I'm going to die soon. Let's see if I have a toxic... oh, poison and toxic. You love to see it. But yeah, so here's a good example. Out here, like these pillars with the fire, I didn't remove the fire effect from these, for example, but they had no shadow. They didn't even have a baked shadow. They didn't have anything. They were just sitting there. And so that was the first thing I was like, okay, let me enable shadows on that. and then, you know, the entire bridge has shadows. And so I think actually it works. I think it's a worthy trade-off to essentially get rid of the torch special effect and the illumination that was coming off them, because the trade-off is sort of the painted world. I always felt was like this weird, like secretive, abandoned sort of world, and I don't know. I think canonically it makes sense that like there's no torch illumination except for these two like really big ones. I think that makes sense, but you know, let me know what you think. But I like the shadows. Let me see if I can get to. Oh, I can't do it from here. Can I? I'll get down to the lower level. I always forget. Sorry, I still have a cold, and so half of my nose is completely blocked up. It's terrible. Oh, am I toxic again? Oh my god, you bastards. So let's take that and let's slurp down an Estus, and let's head over to Priscilla, because I did not kill her last time I was here. But once again, you can see the dynamic shadows. It's very nice, and these were all new. Oh my god, headshot. Oh my god. Oh, bird woman? Oh my god, I didn't kill her? Oh, that's nasty. Although, okay. Whew. Oh, I'm out of Estus. Oh, shit. Okay. I gotta be a pro gamer and not die. Because I know... Wait, oh, he comes back? Oh, shit. I didn't think big iron guy... Oh, my god. Oh, my god. Oh, shit, my ass. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, no, I died. Okay, I'll make my way back. That didn't happen. Okay, edit the video. Edit the video. This is editor's note. Oh no, I didn't even rest at the bottom. Okay, let's go back to the painted world, and we're gonna speed run. Okay, let's speed run. We got this. Oh, die. I disagree with that. I disagree with that hit. We're going to take the smart path. Wow, you guys come back too? What the hell? Miyazaki, what is going on? I mean, I guess they're not super special enemies or anything. But yeah, new normal maps, new textures here as well. Just a lot clearer. A lot of them were pretty low resolution. I also posted on Twitter that I found a Demon Souls texture. It was actually the bridge from the Boletaria 1 section, and yeah, they had the texture in the files, but I have not actually found that texture in the painted world. So they called it like M11 bridge something, and then in Demon Souls it's called like bridge 02 something, which I just thought was cool that it was in the files, but they didn't end up actually like using it. I don't really know why, to be honest. Oh, this is very okay, edit the VOD. Edit the... Well, it's not the VOD. Edit the video. Oh my god. I'm getting absolutely spit roast. Oh my god. I have got to... Actually, let me warp and rest. Dear God. Also, I'm speaking a bit quieter than I normally do, as I'm living somewhere else, so I'm being a little bit more quiet and respectful of the other person. Also, there's the dog here who, if you make too much noise, the dog goes absolutely nuts. So it's annoying. Let me get back to... Oh my god, let me go to fast roll. Alright, here's gamer moment. We got this. I've played this game hundreds of hours, and I still will die to too many of these fucking jabronis. Okay, I didn't get caught by that guy this time. Okay, there are two shotters. I think my weapon is like pretty shitty. It's like a plus 13 Uchi Katana, but I think it must be the like actual difficulty of... Well, you know what? Actually, we're gonna do the other way, where I'm just gonna go past, I'm gonna take the coward's route and just run. Cause yeah, new textures, the shadows being cast. They didn't have like big shadows for any of this. There was just no shadows. It's really weird. Yeah, what's up, Priscilla? How's it going? So this is sort of what I wanted to get to, is that now you have big shadows being cast by the arches here. And it actually looks really fucking cool, I think, for Priscilla's boss room. And so it's just, oh, it's so cool. And, you know, I up-resed the snow texture. I went through most all of the textures in the painted world. But I'm going to leave Priscilla alive because I think she's cash money, and I invaded her world. So I'm going to let her live. But yeah, you have better textures, better shadows, and yeah, pretty cool. That and Duke's Archives. I worked on other areas, but I wanted to give a quick update. Let me do my little jump. And I'm now in here where these people are going to absolutely wreck my life. I'm going to run. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video.